Welcome. Today we are going to talk about soy. Good, bad, the ugly. Is it good for you? When is it good for you? Particularly if you're a midlife woman. We're going to go through the Western standpoint, sort of the nutritional breakdown of it, but we're going to talk about it from an Eastern medicine standpoint as well. And I'm going to break down the body types it's good for. So is it going to be good for you? What signs and symptoms would you have in your body to say, yay, soy is good? And or thumbs down, not good for you. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. Welcome. My name is Angela Warburton. I am an Eastern medicine practitioner. I have a focus on midlife women and menopause, helping you navigate this transition, this time with more ease, with more grace, with more vitality, giving you really practical tips on how to thrive during this stage. I say it's about birthing the radiant woman that you are inherently inside and really helping you understand the things that you can do in your everyday life, food, lifestyle, all that together, and put those tools back in your pocket. So welcome. So let's talk about soy. Soy is it's been debated for a long time. It is a very powerful food, but it has a bit of controversy around it. So it is a powerful food that has some phytoestrogens. We're going to break that down a little bit. But we want to talk about the properties, what's good about soy. So soy comes from soybeans. The source that we get soy from really does matter. So there's a lot of genetically modified or non-organic soybeans. So when I'm talking about soy in a beneficial way, I'm talking about organic, non-GMO, whole bean soy products. So that can be tempeh, tofu, could be soy milk, could be edamame. I am not, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, I'm not talking about any of the soy isolates. I'm not a fan of those. I don't recommend those, but we're going to talk about the whole soybean. So nutritionally, soybeans are really rich in protein. They have fiber, vitamins, minerals, calcium, iron, magnesium. It's a great source of unsaturated fats. When you eat things like unprocessed edamame, tofu, soy products in their whole form, they are going to have it's going to have many health benefits. So it's going to help improve your heart health. It can reduce some cancers. It supports bone health. The fiber is obviously really important for our digestive tract. The phytoestrogens, they contain isoflavonoids, which are plant compounds that have similar structure to estrogen. So it's not as strong as estrogen. And if you are unclear how estrogen works in your body, you have estrogen, it comes through our food, our bodies, it breaks it down and puts it into a usable form. And then we have these it's like a lock and a key. So we have like a receptor, an estrogen receptor, and here comes this viable, usable estrogen, and it locks on. And that's when we get the benefits of it in our body. And when we don't have enough estrogen in our body, phytoestrogens can come along. They have the same sort of key that can lock on to that estrogen receptor. So that means you can get a light estrogenic effect with soy. And if someone has too much estrogen in their body, so not a not of the healthy form, that phytoestrogen can come along and take up space on that receptor. So then we get rid of that unhealthy or extra estrogen. So it's like almost like a balancer. It can stimulate a little bit and it can help take up space to get rid of that. So it has a very powerful effect. Soy isolates, these are the processed soybeans that you are seeing often in any kind of fake meat, in protein powders. There are some concerns with that soy isolates because they can have a different effect on the body. And there are some issues around gut health with some people, which we're going to talk a little bit about when we get into the Eastern medicine side. So the phytoestrogens are really important for midlife women because they can offer a little bit of relief. As I said, with estrogen, it can help alleviate symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, some of the things we associate with menopause can help build blood. So what many women, not build blood, sorry, build bone health. So many women are worried about osteoporosis or might have an osteoporosis or osteopenia diagnosis. And so having small amounts of soy can be really helpful. And some studies suggest, again, with that estrogen balancing component with the whole bean, that can be really helpful for cancer prevention or treatment. Now you have to know the type of cancer you have. This is a bigger bigger topic, but just there are some interesting studies around that. So from an Eastern medicine standpoint, we look at foods not only as having nutritional value, but also properties. So we look at foods when we think of a food like ginger, it's naturally warming. Peppermint or watermelon, it's naturally cooling and moistening. So not all foods have the same properties. And so what we look at when we're using food as medicine is we look at the properties of the food and the constitution of the person, and we want to match the food with the person. So someone who's hot all the time, maybe they're dry, they have not a lot of moisture in their body. If they're eating foods like, let's say, watermelon that are very cooling and moistening and bring a lot of fluid back, they're going to feel better. But if they're eating things or drinking things like coffee that are warming, that are drying, like a diuretic, or ginger, which is very warming, it'll throw their body more off of balance. And this is why some people feel great with certain foods and some people don't feel great. It's because it's that match for their body. And so that's why there's not one food that's good for everybody. It's really about understanding your constitution, your body type, and the properties of the food. So this is the work I do with women, really helping them to understand the body and matching it up. So from an Eastern medicine standpoint, soy is considered very cooling and very moistening. So it's an excellent food for nourishing what we'd say is the yin side of things. So if we have that yin and yang balance, yang is more that heating, drying, active side of the body. Yin is more of a cooling, moistening, more substance in the body. So if someone's what we call yin deficient, they will want to be adding in more yin building foods. So if someone's yin deficient, you're going to see signs like, this is often what a lot of women experience in menopause or perimenopause: hot flashes, hot all the time, dry skin, dryness. It could be vaginal dryness, eye dryness. It could be things like hangnails, feeling like you are parched all the time. If you look at your tongue would be, with someone who's yin deficient, it's going to be quite red and cracked, almost like a desert floor, right? The desert doesn't have enough moisture. Same shows up in our body. So when yin is depleted, often it's represented by an estrogen deficiency. So estrogen is part of yin. Yin contains a lot more than that, but the female sex hormones are part of the yin side. So that's when we know soy builds or has that lightly estrogenic effect in the body. Any kind of heat signs, the soy is going to help to temper that heat. So really helpful for building the yin, building fluids, that dryness, cooling that internal heat. Because it's very cooling and moistening, there are some people that it's not good for. So anyone who has a weaker digestion, so this could mean they get bloated after they eat, congested after they eat, feeling like your food, you get stomach, leaky gut. So a lot of food sensitivities, maybe your bowels food goes right through you, or you have loose bowels. That can be a sign that your digestive system is off of balance. Or if you're someone who's cold all the time, like literally you're the socks and sweaters in the summer, you can never get cold. If your complexion is quite pale, if you have a tongue that is pale colored, maybe you get those scalloped edges, those teeth marks on the side of your tongue, have a thick white coat, you've got too much moisture in your body. There's too much coolness and too much moisture. What you need is actually heat and warming foods. So eating soy on a regular basis would actually throw your body more off of balance. So people who have who notice that they're feeling, they either get stomach aches or don't feel great after soy, just feel like you're congested a lot. This can happen. Sometimes I notice when I'm off of balance, if I have soy milk in my tea or coffee in the morning, that I will feel more like kind of a sticky taste in my mouth, or I'll feel worse than I did before. So that's when you just paying attention to what your body constitution is, your body type, and also how food feels. So it's not about good or bad foods, it's about good or bad for you. So hopefully that makes sense. So just a little bit of soy. So basically you want to have, if you are having soy, you want to make sure it fits your body type. So if you're feeling that you're hot and dry, really good, cold and damp, not so good, it's really great to take in whole form. So organic, unprocessed, non-GMO. So this could be tempeh, which is the fermented soybeans, tofu, soy milk, or edamame. You want to avoid any of the soy isolates. And you want to have it in small amounts regularly. And that a little bit over time, not too much, but a little bit over time will lightly give your body that healthy little phytoestrogen boost and give you some of the healing benefits that can come from soy. So if you like this way of looking at food and you want to know more, I'll put a link. I have some online program. It's all about the Chinese medicine patterns, understanding your menopause body type and all the foods that are going to work like medicine for your body and understanding the ones that are going to work against you. And I'll put that link below. And pop in the comments if you've noticed this with yourself. If you've ever played around with foods or soy and you notice like, oh, it doesn't feel good, or yes, that's my constitution. I'd love to hear from you. If you know anyone who would benefit from this, please forward it on. I'm here to help as many women as I can thrive during this midlife transition and beyond. And yeah, if you have any requests, I do take requests. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.